Hello once again, YouTube. It is me, Bestial Aaron, here again with the second part of my September manga haul. Got a couple things here to show you, as well as a cat, as always. Oh, wait, double the cat. Oh, yeah. Bonus cat. Say hi. You want to say hi? No. Alright, back to the original cat. She's all mad that I turned the attention away from her. And we're just gonna get right on ahead and started. Hopefully both of these cats don't cause any huge trouble. Anyway, the first thing that I have here is Record of Lotus War, The Grey Witch, Birth of a New Night, which is the second book in the Grey Witch manga series. Now, I would have gotten book 1 recently too, but what happened was I got an email from the seller, and they told me that the book that I had ordered was in such horrible condition that they had to refund me my money and they had to recycle the book, which it kind of sucks that I have to go through the process of reordering the same book again, but I guess it's better than having to receive a really shitty book, so I'm just gonna have to order book 1 again, and hopefully this time I'll order a copy that is in better condition enough to actually send me. Next we got the big meme. And when I say the big meme, I mean I got the Deathnote All-in-One edition, which, funny enough, came out the year that I decided to complete Deathnote, which I did. And then this fucker comes out, and y'all know how I feel about omnibuses. People love to hate on omnibuses. I don't know why. It's just the hot thing to do. It's a really cool box, though. Let me get distracted really quick by this cool box. It's a nice box. But it's the hot new thing to just hate on omnibuses because the paper quality is bad and the spines are bad. And I've seen people buy this just for the sake of telling people not to buy it. And what they'll do is that, to prove that this is a bad book and you should not buy it, is that they open it all the way and touch the front cover to back cover, open it all the fucking way, and be all like, oh look, it creases so easily. Of course it's gonna fucking crease easily if you touch the front cover to the back cover, you imbecile. Honestly, if you have never read Deathnote, and you want to read and own Deathnote, or you've read Deathnote and you wanted to own it, but you've never had the funds to either buy the single volumes, 1 by 1, or the box set, or the black editions, on Amazon, this is $30. The whole 12-volume series is $30 in a book. And honestly, if you take care of it, if you don't be a motherfucker and open it all the fucking way like nobody ever fucking does, you'll be happy with this. It's cool. I love the novelty of having had them put an entire series in a single volume, and I want to see if they can do it again with, like, I don't know, like Bakuman or something. Like, come on. This is a really... If you have the funds to buy the regular edition, go on and buy the fucking regular edition, but this is the most economical way to buy Deathnote. So fuck you, and your don't buy this, the spinal crease nonsense, God. I just have so many feelings, and I can't put this back in the box with one hand, so... Alright. Now on to stuff that isn't going to make me pissed. I found another 2nd and Charles near me. I'm slowly discovering that there are more of these fucking places. And so I went there and got a couple of things, and my husband actually got a couple of things, and one of these things, 3 of these things actually, are... This specific 2nd and Charles actually was selling Japanese manga, which was kind of cool, but like I've said before, I can't read Japanese, and Japanese manga it would only be a novelty, and it's kind of wasted on me unless I know what's going on in it. And my husband got these with intentions of reading them, so I guess it's gonna get some mileage in this household, not from me. But this is Gunblaze West, which is a manga by the author of Rurouni Kenshin, and it got to 3 volumes and then got canceled. From what my husband has told me, this actually got an English release in Shonen Jump, but it did not get its own individual volumes because I guess it just didn't really do well here, and it didn't do well in Japan either because, like I said, it got canceled. So we got volumes 1, 2, and 3, which is the series, unfortunately, in its entirety. I guess it's a good collector's item for anybody who likes the Rurouni Kenshin author, whose name escapes me right now. But if it wasn't good enough for America, and if it wasn't good enough for Japan, it might not be your cup of tea. Maybe if you like westerns, I don't know what's going on in here. Guns. But yeah. Got these. And I specifically bought a couple things there, and one of them was The Last Uniform Volume 1, which is a Yuri from the early days of Seven Seas' Yuri Prospects, the Strawberry line, if anyone kind of remembers it. It's a pretty cutesy, simple art style. I've always wanted to own it, but I never really just had the motivation, I guess, to actually go out and find it. But since I found it at Second & Charles, I figured I'd buy it, and I already have the second volume on order, so that's going to be coming soonish. But unfortunately, this series only lasted 3 volumes. It's a 3-volume series, and Seven Seas published 2 of them, which sucks, but I'm too much of a Yuri fiend to let that bother me, so yeah, The Last Uniform. Very nice, very nice. Let me reach over here, show you this cat. And another thing that I got at Second Charles is some random volumes of Sandome, which is a series I've always been interested in, but I've never really had the drive to go get it. And just finding some physical copies finally just gave me the motivation to start it. And I found volumes 3, 4, 6, and 7, which leaves me volumes 1 and 2, and 5 and 8. And that'll be the whole series. And the covers are fine, like these were all used, but the spines are like, you can see that, right? Like, they've clearly been read and loved very, very much. But I don't really care about that. Because, I don't know, I just finding these series in physical form just gives me the drive to finally get off my ass and actually start collecting them. So, yeah. Sandome. Next, we have MPD Psycho, Volume 9. I haven't gotten into this because I'm only planning on reading through all of them once I get all of them. So it was just kind of immediately just placed on my shelf. And this is an ex-library copy. It's in really great condition. Like, it's in fantastic condition for a library copy. But as you can see, it's wrapped in really thick plastic. Like, I can't really describe it, but they've definitely put something on the cover to protect it. And usually, like, the crazy, like, body horror shit on the covers is kind of, like, kind of has a texture. But because of this super heavy, like, plastic they have wrapped around this whole entire book, it sort of flattened it. Like, you can tell, like, from the inside that it was textured. But on the outside, it's all slick and smooth. But yeah. MPD Psycho, Volume 9. That leaves me 5, 6, and 7, and 10, which isn't that much. Next up, we have Volumes 17, 18, and 19 of Black God, and as you can see, 19 is the final volume, which means I have officially completed this series, and I am very hyped to read the very last bits of this series, because, you know, it really... No, don't go! Okay, she's only cleaning herself. It's a series that I kind of bought on a whim, and it really grew on me. It's a really nice series. I like it. Which is saying a lot, considering I don't normally like fighting manga at all, which means maybe I should start just giving manga where a bunch of chicks fight each other more of a chance, you know? Next up... whoa, what's going on? I'm sorry, what the fuck happened there? I don't know. But anyway, I finally gave into the hype, and I bought... I don't know if it's... Oh, it's upside down. I've heard people pronounce it Planetes. I've heard people pronounce it Planets. I don't know how to pronounce it. At this point, I'm afraid to be wrong. And I got volumes 1 and 2, which is the whole series. This don't mean I'm going to start collecting Vinland Saga. That series is a little too far ahead, and it doesn't seem like my cup of tea. But I do like me some space adventures, so maybe I'll like Planetes. Maybe I won't. We'll see. It seems interesting. And I've heard -0 people say anything bad about this series, so that at least is a good sign. Alright, and next up we have Mobile Suit Gundam Wing and Das Waltz Glory of the Losers, Volume 2. Got Death Scythe on the cover. Hell yeah. Just more of that good Gundam shit. I'm glad we're getting some form of Gundams here and there. Get your daily dose of mechs, you know. Yeah. Because, honestly, Gundam Wing was never really a part of my childhood. I'm more of a modern Gundam fan. I was never one of those kids that stayed up really late watching Gundam Wing on Toonami. I got into it when I started dating my husband. But I do love it. I love Gundam, and I'm getting into it wherever and whenever I can, and it's a wonderful series. And this so far is pretty freaking great. Yeah. Gundams. Alright, next we have Kaze-san and Shortcake. I haven't gotten into this one, but I'm super excited too, because you know I love my Yuri. And Kaze-san is just so cute. The art style is just perfect and wonderful and adorable. Just look how just huggable these girls are. Just damn. And look at the cute little chibis on the back. Just oh. They're just so wonderful. This series warms my heart like nothing else, and ooh, just I love it. It's great. Next, we have Complex Age, Volume 6, which is the final volume of Complex Age, and I am mad hype about this one. I kind of flipped through it, so I kind of know what happens. But I'm just, oh, this is such a good story. If you like cosplaying in any way, shape, or form, you gotta read Complex Age. It is a treasure. It is really nice. And I'm really, really glad that I found this series. However late it was into the game, I still found it, and I'm so glad that I picked it up and read it. And I really love that feeling when you have a series that was kind of like a couple volumes in and that you impulse bought, and you collect it all the way till the end, and you just feel this feeling of warmth and accomplishment and happiness that you stuck around. That's the kind of feeling I get from this book, and I'm really, really glad that I collected it and stuck with it till the very end. It is a wonderful tale, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Next, we have The Prince in His Dark Days, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4, which I do believe is the entire series. I've heard mixed things about this. People either love it or they don't. But I'm gonna see if I like it. I just went ahead and bought the whole series because they had that second Charles. So I'm gonna see if I find this to be to my tastes. I really like the covers, though. The covers are really nice. Like, just the pop of color of the flowers against the gray background. That's just really nice, and that's how they tricked me into getting it. I'm a cover girl. I love me some nice manga covers. I'm all about that aesthetic. And finally, we have Blam Master Edition, Volume 5. The second to last volume in this series. I'm super hyped to get into this one. Super hyped for the next one, the very final one. Just, There's so much I can say about Blam, but at the same time, there's very little I can say about Blam. It's just a beautiful, beautiful series, and it plays to like all of Satomu Nihei's strengths. And even though it's one of his earlier works, and the people's faces tend to look a little wonky, that's not what you're reading the book for. You're not reading the book for the pretty anime characters in this one. You're reading it for just just fucking look at all that. Just, oh my god. Just every single page in Blam is just a work of fucking art. We need more Satomu Nihei stuff here. And when I say we need more Satomu Nihei stuff, Kodansha, I don't mean digital releases. I just, some print shit would be real nice. That would just be real nice, you know? I need my Satomu Nihei fix. It's coming down to the point where I'm not going to be getting it soon. Alright, and that is everything for this haul. Sorry it ran a little longer than usual. And yeah, not much else to say, except here's a cat. September is going to be a little more busier for me in terms of manga buying, so I'm going to be making a lot more haul videos than I did last month. So yeah, have another cat. Kitty, baby. Baby, want to say goodbye? Want to say goodbye? No? Okay. Alright, well, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.